Hi everybody, it's me, Sopiko Guramishvili, here for you on Chess 24. It's Tuesday evening. You probably do not expect me to have any show on Tuesday evening, but I did not have show for some reasons, for some emergency reasons on last Thursday. So we decided that it's going to be great to have show on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. So I have good news for you. I'm going to have tactics show on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. and Banter Blitz on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. So make sure that this week on Thursday you're gonna be there to play against me. In this show we're going to have a lot of tactics, and as you probably already know, I'm going to go on Chess24 website. I'm going to choose the tab called Learn and then Tactics Trainer, and I'm going to solve the tactics. In front of you, you will witness all my thoughts, what I'm thinking, how am I calculating, what I'm doing, and how it is to be that an international master thinks about the position, solves the tactics, fails or has success. Let's see, but for sure I'm gonna need your help. Unfortunately, right now I don't have another desktop to watch the chat, so from time to time I might have a look, and if you have some questions, anything, you're always welcome to ask me. So if you're interested in any questions that are chess related, of course you're welcome to ask. So ask in the chat and I'm gonna have a look a bit. I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna always follow it, because we have lots of tactics to explain and to solve, and of course I'm expecting that with me you're also going to solve the tactics, and we can compare how am I thinking, how you're thinking, what is my method and what is your method. So let's get started, and I'm going to go to Chess24, Learn Tactics, and there we are. I already have first tactic, which is on the board, and it is my move. It is Black played King c7. First, let me see. When I look at the position, it's always that I look, am I material up, am I material down, or what's going on? So I see that I am rook down. I'm playing with white pieces, so I have to probably win this position. It looks like that the king is quite weak. And how can I win actually? So if I don't see anything directly, then I am looking for move candidates. What moves are coming to my mind? First is of course bishop d5, which comes to my mind. Second is somehow rook c5, but I don't think it gives me anything, so I don't think it is good move candidate. Third is queen e7, and for now probably that's it. So first move, my first candidate was bishop d5. I'm going to calculate bishop d5 right now. What happens if I take bishop d5? E5 is of course not possible. Queen d5, and I wanted to play queen e7 with the idea of queen c5 or rook c5, but the problem is that even, let's say, bishop d5, queen d5, queen e7, king b8 and queen c5 or rook c5, I have huge back rank problem. As you can see, these pawns are still on starting position and the king doesn't have anywhere to escape. So if I get my rook somewhere else, then I will have a big problem on back rank. All right, any other moves that comes to my mind? Let's see. What about queen e7? Because if king c6, then I have queen c5. That's already good. Actually, I have rook c5 with mate, not queen c5. And let me take a look at queen e7. Probably king b8 seems very logical. Queen d8. Okay, king a7, rook. I cannot go to a1, so that could be also a big problem for me. Doesn't seem that easy. It seems really not easy. Let's see. Okay. So queen e7, king b8, queen d8, king b7, actually I am talking a huge nonsense, because after queen e7, king b8, I cannot go queen d8. There is rook d8. Yeah. I just blundered my queen. That doesn't mean that I'm thinking sharp here. So let's try to think, what can I do? Rook c5 does not give me anything, I guess. I still think that bishop d5 should be the move. Bishop d5, queen d5. Queen e7, king b8. Nope, I don't like it. Geez, this is really hard. It's really very hard. At least for warming up, this position is really hard to solve. All right. I don't know what to consider after bishop d5, queen d5, queen e7 and king b8, let's say. As I said, queen c5 doesn't work because of queen c5, rook c5 and rook b8, rook b1 mate. Thus, I don't see, and I am really... Okay, there is another move, rook c5, let's say. Rook c5, queen e7, king b8. Then queen d8. If king a7, queen a8 mate. If rook c7, then queen b6 mate. So after rook c5, queen e7, king has to go to c8. And there we go. I don't see the mate. I do not see the mate. But there is perpetual check with queen e8. And king c7, queen e7 again. Considering the fact that I am rook down, maybe it's a good idea to make draw. Okay, let's see. rook c5 because I don't see any other. Yeah, this is exactly that's the solution. It took me quite a long time to realize that I cannot win this position, but I have to actually make a draw. When it's a puzzle, it is more difficult because then you're your brain is thinking that it has to be a win somehow, somewhere, I don't know. But in real game, if you've been playing this for a long time, you're rook down and suddenly you got a chance to make a draw, of course you would see that, and it is actually easier in real game to see rook c5 and queen e7 rather than in puzzle. Okay, let's go on. And here we are. I am again with white pieces, but I think here definitely should be the mate because black king has huge problems. Okay, so first move candidate, queen e7 check, considering the fact that g5 is mate after queen e1, queen g3, queen g3. He has to go queen g5, and after queen g5, what can I play? I can give a check from e4 and e1. We have to be careful because after, let's say, queen e7, queen g5, queen e1, king g4, there is no queen e4 because of queen f4. That's why white has to play what? For me, it's obvious that there are two moves, either queen e1, either queen e7. But it looks like that queen e7 is the move because after queen e1, king g5 and king h6, I think that king is escaping. So queen e7, queen g5 looks like the moves we have to play. And let's see. So queen e7, queen g5, queen e1, king g4, queen e6 can be the move, but then king f3 I don't like. So another move can be I don't see it. So let's see. Queen e7, queen g5, queen where? Queen where? Queen where? This position I should not play for the draw because then queen e7, queen e4, it's an easy draw. But queen e7, queen g5, queen b4, queen g4, does it give me anything that okay, maybe not checks. What about queen e3? The idea is that black has to play something because after queen e3, let's say queen g5 doesn't work because of queen h3 mate. Queen goes somewhere which doesn't control g3 square, it's queen g3 mate. If g5, queen e1 mate. And I like it. that looks like is the move. Queen e3, not an easy move, because when you're looking the position first, it's like check is coming, but you can learn from my mistakes and experience that you should not always look for checks. But my advice for club players and beginners is, if you're not practicing the puzzles, and if you're not playing games all the time, then my tip would be that you always have to first check checks and sacrifices, and afterwards look for something. Because from this example, we see that the idea of queen e3, in my case, was born after giving some checks. So I found that after queen e7, there is queen g5, and I cannot do anything rather than perpetual. But queen e3 is the move, and is a very, very beautiful move, because after queen e3, black cannot do anything. If queen goes somewhere else, there is queen g3 mate, or queen g5, then queen h3 mate, and if g5, queen e1 mate. Very beautiful. I love chess 24 puzzles because of this, because they give us such nice and beautiful tactics and puzzles that you always remember it, and you always remember the idea. Okay, let's go on and let's see. This is another one, and I am with black pieces. White just played knight d4 to protect rook c2, I guess. And what can be my idea? Rook c1 is kind of a move I would consider, because first of all, there is a huge threat of rook f1, and I want also to play after rook c1, queen h2. King e1 is the only move. Queen g1, king d2 is the only move. Then queen f2, I guess. What about king c3? Then queen e3 looks like a mate. No, doesn't look like a mate. Okay, after king c2, queen d3 is the mate. But after, let's say, king e1, queen g1, king d2, queen f2, king can go to d1, and queen f1, king d2, queen d3, king e1, queen e3, king d1. My goodness, that's a lot of moves. Okay, but looks like rook c1 is the move. I don't know why, but it looks like to me like this. Okay, so my problem is after rook c1, queen h2, king e1, queen g1, king d2, and queen f2, and then king d1. This is my problem. Queen f1, king d2, queen d3, king e1. Queen e3, king d1. I don't see the benefit of winning e3 pawn, as I sacrificed the rook. If I play rook c4, then queen d6, it's worse version for me, because then queen can give some nasty checks. What can I do? So guys, I cannot find anything after rook c1, rook c1, queen h2. Should I move and try to find another move candidate, or do you see something there that I miss? Okay, another strange type of move is bishop f1. Bishop f1, of course I want to play queen g2. So bishop f1, rook f1, queen h2, king e1, rook c1 mate. This looks nice. Bishop f4, e4, then I'll just give a check. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, today I'm quite slow, apologies for that, but at least I get the ideas, so I'm not very upset about it. Bishop f1 is a very, very beautiful move because after bishop f1, after bishop f1, it was nice to see that rook f1, queen h2, king e1, rook c1 is mate, and rook g1 doesn't help because after queen h2, king f1, rook c1 is anyway winning queen e1, just rook e1, and it's completely winning for black. Okay, let's continue. Oh, I know this. This is rook d6. Right? Oh no. I had an illusion that I know this, and it's not rook d6, but after rook e8 it's rook c7. I was thinking now between rook c7 and rook d6, but I thought like I have to trust my memory. Sometimes you shouldn't, and when you remember something you always have to recheck if it makes sense or not. This happens to me very often in the opening when I play, and I think that I remember it. I'm completely sure that this move was on this position exactly, so there is no chance that I'm wrong. But afterwards I come home and I see my files, and I'm like, uh-oh, I made this mistake. I don't know how many times, I cannot count already. So if you have the same problem like me, you for sure have to, when you remember something, just look at the position, don't play it. If you still doubt tiny bit, just look at the position and think if it makes sense. If it makes sense, then go for it, and if it does not, you might avoid a big blunder or something like this. All right, so practical tip of the day it was, I think. Rook d6 didn't make any big difference because black could go even queen c8, not queen c7. Actually, my idea was that after queen c7 there is rook e8 and rook g6 winning this queen, but queen can go to c8 and then there is no way that I can win this queen. But after rook c7 the idea is again same. After queen c7, rook e8, rook f8 and rook e7. This is completely gorgeous for white. So let's continue, and I am again with black pieces, no, with white pieces, and black played knight f6. Looks like something should happen on the king side. This is my first instinct when I look at the position. Bishop g6 comes to my mind first. Rook h7 also comes to my mind, but something connected to bishop g6 for sure. At least my intuition is telling me so. Okay, let's try to calculate rook h7. Rook h7, knight h7, bishop g6. Bishop can go, king can go to g8, or take g6, but taking I don't like because I thought that white has rook g1. Actually, I wanted to go rook h7, knight h7, bishop g6, king g6, rook g1, king f7, rook g7, king e8. But I don't know if it's best for me to go like this. What about rook g7? Sorry, bishop g6, king g6, rook dg1, king f7. Then I play rook g7 doesn't make any sense. Today I have really hard times. Okay. I don't know. Something connected to bishop g6. I feel so, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be something connected to bishop g6. Let's try and figure out what is the difference between rook h7 and bishop g6. Let's say rook h7, king h7, knight h7, bishop g6, king g6. Did I achieve something? Also, there is king g8, which I'm not big fan. But after rook g1, maybe it is good for me. So maybe not knight f6. Okay. This is not nice. What can I play instead of bishop g6? Rook h7, okay, but after... Okay, still, I have to focus and concentrate on the board. Calculating first move, bishop g6, king g6. What are my move candidates here? Can it be something like rook h6? Probably not. Rook dg1, king f7, rook h7, king, knight h7, rook g7, king e8. King e8, I have queen h5, but then there is rook f7, so I have to take it first. Play queen c7, and I don't know, I get queen for 2 rooks, but is this what white wants? Doesn't look so. It doesn't look convincing to me at all. What can I do? Can I play something like f5 after bishop g6, king g6 and f5? Not really, because after bishop g6, king g6, f5, king f7 and f takes king e8, then yeah, where is either mate or gaining the material advantage. nowhere. I don't really like the option of bishop g6 and getting queen for 2 rooks, because it's a bit strange from this position to go there. But what can I play? Because my bishop is hanging, and if I play bishop e2, it is tiny bit weird to give black such a big important tempo. Thus, let's see, I would go for this one. Okay, my intuition is correct. But now what? I would go for rook check. Okay, correct. I would go for this. Looks like everything is correct, but something I don't see in the end, or no, yeah, I don't see. Queen h5. Oh my god, it's just queen h5. Oh, queen h5, queen g6 mate. This is so embarrassing. This is but you know, I can completely explain it. I can completely explain myself why I did this mistake and why I am embarrassed. But it happened also to world champion Magnus Carlsen against my husband Anish Giri in Vaikanzai tournament, because I think it's exactly what he did, like what I did now. So I calculated, I was very focused on one line. I was focused on bishop g6 and then rook h7, rook g7, and then, okay, then like rook e7 and calculating this one. Though I didn't like it, and I had to, of course, take my time and see what's going on. But when you are calculating one line in your head, you just, you're thinking, and then you just blitz out the moves. And this is a big mistake. This is what happened to Magnus as well when he missed mate in 3 against Anish. Of course, if you give it just like this, okay, Magnus, tell me what move. He would tell you in, I don't know, less than a second, and he would solve it 100 out of 100. Also, I could see that queen h5, if you give me the position, I of course see that there is queen h5 and queen g6 mate. But I was too much focused on one line, so that is why I missed queen h5, queen g6. But of course it is the move, and this is my mistake, so you should definitely learn on my mistake, that when you're calculating some line and you still think that it might be tiny bit, if you're not completely satisfied and happy with it, but you don't see anything else, you just take a second, or just 10 seconds or 5 seconds, anything, just pause and look at the position after every move. This would save you a lot of points, believe me. Okay, let's continue, and here we go. It is white's move. Knight g4 was the last one, and how can I use it? So knight e7, knight g6 I see as a first option, though I'm not sure what it gives me. Okay, I can win the queen like this. I think this is correct. So knight e7, knight g6. Oh, no. This is unfair. This is already very unfair. Yeah, I was only... Okay, today is not my day, definitely. But it is good for you to see I'm failing to solve so many tactics, because it happens to anybody. And of course, it's good that sometimes you might see wrong moves and then you realize, but it was so easy, how could I miss it? Okay, so knight e7, king h8. My idea was that after knight g6, fg of course is not possible because of rook f8 mate, but after hg I wanted to play rook h2. Very happy, thinking that I am winning this queen on g1. I thought that, okay, after knight h2, queen h4 doesn't give me anything, but I win the queen. So this must be the solution. So I was very, very fast with my decision. I completely missed that after rook h2 there is queen h2 and not knight h2. But this is how it is, and I cannot do anything now, just have to learn on my mistakes and try to get better. Okay, rook f7 is the move, and after queen d4, rook f8. Rook f7 is actually very, very beautiful move, because you might think that what if bishop h3 or bishop e2, is there something like a check or something? But of course queen g1 is hanging, and after rook f7 and queen d4 there is mate on f8. Very, 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 very beautiful tactic. Okay, this one I have to solve. So I focus. It is again white's move. Bishop d6 was the last move, and I directly start with the move candidates. Queen d7, first move candidate. Material seems to be equal, so I don't know after queen d7 what is Black's idea. Queen g5 probably, but queen g5, e4 is the move. Yeah, today chess 24 gives me a huge headache. What happens after queen d7? If queen d7, just bishop d7, and I think I am piece up. If queen g5, then e4, queen e5. Okay, maybe this is the problem. Let's say queen d7, queen g5, f3, queen g3, f3, queen g3, and how can I protect? There is a move like rook f2, but the problem is that my queen will be trapped after rook d8. So queen d7, queen g5, e4 seems to be very natural, but after queen e5, what shall I play? Queen, I cannot do anything with my queen, and if bishop f4, then queen f4, if f4, then queen e4, still with the mate, and with rook d8. Okay, if I don't play queen d7 and I go queen somewhere, let's say queen c2, it gives black a very big play, like queen g5 he can play, or rook c8. So I think it's principled to calculate queen d7. Queen d7, queen g5. What is the move I can play? Queen, okay, Queen d7, Queen g5, e4, Queen e5, and I don't see Rook d1 anything. Rook d1, Rook d8, and ooh, tough times. Tough times. All right. Let me take a look once again. Queen d7, Queen g5, e4, Queen e5, f4, Queen e4 is very bad for me. g3, Queen e4 is also very bad for me. Rook d1, Queen h2, and Rook d8 afterwards is also horrible for me. But maybe after Queen h2, King f1, Queen h1, King e2, Queen g2, then Queen d6 I have. So maybe this is my save, that I take Queen d7, Queen g5, e4, Queen e5. I play Rook d1, Queen h2, I hope, because after Queen e4 I can play f3. So Queen h2, King f1, Rook d8, and I wanted to play Rook d6. Something like this. Rook d6, Rook d7, and Rook d7. Looks like I have two pieces for the queen. Let's see. Okay, I wanted to play e4. No. Bishop c6. This is the move I did not consider at all. Didn't consider at all. Bishop c6 is the move, of course, that should come first to your mind. But I was too tempted with, with e4 closing this diagonal and opening the diagonal for me. But after bishop c6, of course, Rook d8, and I can take two pieces, but in a much better way, because what I suggested was so bad. After Queen e5, Rook d1, Rook d8, Rook d6, even, okay, Queen h2 is the intermediate check there. Queen h2, King f1, and then Rook d8, Rook d6, Rook d7, Rook d7, Queen h1, King e2, and Queen g2. Look at the position what I was suggesting, and look what I could get. So this is obviously a very, very, very good lesson for me that I have to learn much more, and you can learn on my mistakes. So that's good for you. That you're not the one who is solving these tactics right now. But I hope that you won't judge me too much, because actually I was quite unsure to have the show today or not. Last week I was not feeling good, that's why I did not have the show, and I guess that it still has an effect on me, that I completely cannot see anything on the board today. But anyway, let's try to focus and give it a chance. What can I play here? Knight f6 and my queen is hanging, the bishop is also hanging. Can I do something? Bishop b6 doesn't work because it's queen b6 with the check. Can queen g6 work? Okay, it's nice to see the mate of f takes, bishop g6, king e7, bishop c5, king e6 and f5 mate. But as we see, life is not that beautiful in chess. And after queen g6, black can simply take the bishop, and then I'm in huge trouble once again. Okay, what can I play? What can be my idea in this position? Let's see. I hope you guys are solving these tactics very fast and one by one, just like this. But today I'm having big troubles. Okay. Queen e5 is not a move candidate because after queen e5 and f takes, knight h5, I am without a piece. Bishop f7 also does not look like the candidate because king f7 or bishop or queen f7, I don't see any mate or so. Anything like rook d8 or rook d7. Also not. What can I do? Sing the song? What can I do? That won't help me either. Knight d5, cd5, I don't see any benefit of this move. Okay, maybe queen e5, bishop f7, intermediate move, king f7 and fe. That would at least save me the piece that I'm losing right now. So maybe like this. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true, and finally I got back. Let's see if I can keep my so-called shape and solve this one. Again, white's move. Something going on f7 or not. Let's say bishop f7. If king f7, queen h5, king e7. Because if king e6, then queen d5. If g6, also queen d5. And if king e7, let's say bishop g5, then knight f6. Okay, do I have something or not? Maybe I can play like queen g5, g6, queen h5, sorry, g6 looks like the only move, and then queen d5. Yeah, this looks like it should be the, yeah, this is the, because after queen d5 there is double attack to the rook and the pawn on f7. So let's try and solve as many tactics as possible, otherwise I'm spending too much time on one tactic. So I'll try to be quick. f5, knight f6, or queen g7 also can be an idea. Knight f6 doesn't look like it is the move. Let's say, something like knight e5 also wouldn't work, because my idea would be if f takes, then queen g7, but rook h7 and everything is protected. That's bad news for me. Queen e5 also doesn't look that it gives me something special after rook g8 or any other rook move. Knight c5 comes to my mind, but after bc, dc, queen goes to c8, and I don't see how can I use that I sacrificed a piece. And otherwise, what moves are there? d5 can be a move to consider. Let's say d5, cd5, it would be bishop b5, knight d7, and knight e5 looks good. ed5, knight f6 is mate, and d5, f takes e4, then probably I can take on e6. Queen d1, rook d1, ef wouldn't work because there would be ef mate, so I think it is d5, bishop b5, and knight e5. F takes, well, I think it's nice to play queen g7 here, or there's no need for that. Maybe there's no need. I can also take rook e4. That's too much probably. Okay, knight d7, queen d7, bishop d7, king d7, and looks like I have the queen. I think it was also queen g7, but rook f8. I thought queen g7, but I don't think it makes huge difference, because after rook f8, what I'm going to play? Don't really see that. This is tiny bit weird, because I cannot understand what is my mistake if I take knight d7. After queen g7, rook f8, is there something I'm missing? Probably white anyway takes. Okay, let's continue. This should be this should be mate somehow. I don't know how. Knight f5 comes to my mind, but after e takes f5, rook f5, just dc, and there is no mate, unfortunately. But rook f5 is there with the idea of queen h6 and rook h5, so I guess this is the move with a very lovely mate. Yeah, that's true, that's good. After cd4, rook f5 and dc. Okay, if he took, then knight f5, and black still cannot defend on h6. That's good news. I saw this one. Okay, now something should happen on a8, h1 diagonal, that's for sure. What about direct sacrifices? Rook f3, bishop f3, queen f3, king f3, knight, let's say d4, king h5, after king king g4, and after that, if I play can go, no, I play bishop c8, then king h4 and knight f3. That is correct. Okay, so this is how I want to win this one. Beautiful. Let's continue. Okay, first move candidate is rook e6, but is it the move? Rook e6, f takes e6, queen h8, king d7, and this should be made. Queen g7, king e8, queen f8, king f7, and queen f7. But rook e6, first of all, there is bishop f6, bishop e6, and does not give me anything. There is move like rook f7 if it works, king f7, and I don't believe it works. Don't really believe it. Can I play rook g6? Looks like it has some sense because I want rook g8. If rook g5 or something like this, I want queen h8 as well. So let's say rook g6. fg is the same idea, I hope. Rook h8, queen h8, king d7, queen g7. Though this time he can go king to e6, then queen g6, queen f6, queen e8. Okay, I think this is the move. Check. I wanted to give a check again. I want to take here, and if queen f6, queen e8. That's correct. Let's continue. Queen a6, and it is black to move. Oh, I guess this is the stalemate with rook h3 and queen e6. That's also a nice one. Okay, this bishop f6 is one move that to consider. If gf, queen h6, and if bishop takes, then queen h6 as well. So I think bishop f6 is the move. King g8 I did not I kind of missed, but still should be winning. Let's say queen g4, bishop g6, g6 and bishop g6 looks like the solution. Great. Let's continue. Rook b3, different colored, opposite colored bishops. Rook d3 is maybe b4, rook b4, b5, and rook b3, b4. This is kind of trapping the rook. This is nice because then I can play bishop d6 in this position and my rook is completely free and this rook can never come out. So it's really very good one. Okay, let's continue once again. Ooh, what's going on? So queen e6, does it work? Queen e6. Okay, if queen e6, I can also take queen g7. Knight g7, rook g7, king h8, rook h7, king g8, and what? Yeah, not so many options there. Queen f7 looks like an interesting move because if king h8, then bishop g7. So rook f7 is kind of forced. Rook f7, gf, rook, king also, I think. King f8 is also kind of forced or not? King f8, f takes e8, king e8, and yeah, I don't see. I don't see how can I win it actually. Not to lose the piece, then I have d5, rook e7, d takes c6, rook b7, cb, and this looks like winning. Because d5 and queen d5 can be a problem or not. But still, queen f7 looks like a nice move. Queen f7, rook f7, gf, king f8, f takes e8, queen takes e8, or king takes, rook b8, king e7, I take on e6. Not enough, not enough. What can I play then? Yeah, doesn't look that easy. Queen e6, rook e6, queen g7, rook g7, king h8, rook h7, king g8. And what? There is no mate, unfortunately. Maybe I can play something like rook f4. Let's say queen g7, knight g7, rook g7, king h8. If I play rook f2 or something like this. But what can be my idea? This is also a problem because it takes too many moves. Tough decisions to take here. I still would go for queen f7, I guess, but of course it's not the move. And yeah, this was correct one. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. Rook h8 and or g7 here could also win actually. Sorry. G7 could also win here. And if rook takes just gf, but rook h8 is very beautiful and really very, very nice. With this beautiful puzzle, I would end today's show, and I would tell you that it is really very, very useful to go to Chess24 and solve lots of tactics as much as you can, because as you can see, I have a lot of troubles solving them, and it's just about calculation. When you calculate, you sharpen your calculation, the sight of the moves and everything. You're just more alert and you see everything more easily. So go to Chess24 and train your tactics. It's a very, very, very useful for your chess and actually for your brain as well. As I said in the beginning, I would have Banter Blitz on Thursday at 6 p.m. So I am really looking forward to it. I hope that I'm going to be in better shape than today. But my apologies for today. I guess that I still don't feel the best. So I hope that for Thursday I'm going to be much better. And I hope that we'll